All right, look at us being on time. 8:30 on the dot. Not typical for a couple New Yorkers, huh?
Nah, nah. This
Wow.
is when you get to Texas and you can slow down a bit.
Mm-hmm.
It's easier to get on time.
Damn right. All right, so we're here with a very special guest, all the way from Fort Worth, the creator and founder of the Artist Connect app, Sage, aka Gabrin Malik. Did I say that right?
Gabri,
No, no.
Gibran.
Gibran. Oh my God, I butchered it like I do all the
That's
names.
the Spanish version.
Right, Malachi.
That's the Spanish version that I accept.
All right.
But it's
Gibran.
Gibran Malik. But you can
Gibran. I
say
like Gabrin. That's nice. All right. Well, today I'm sitting down with a music producer and creator behind Artist Connect, a platform that's helping artists, producers, and creatives find each other, collaborate, and move without the usual noise, I guess, right?
Yes, yeah, definitely.
So I guess to start it off, let's get down to it. What is the Artist Connect app, and yeah, what is it about?
So the Artist Connect app is something that I made. I started building it a couple of years ago because I saw that. Well, there's some background to that because I'm an audio engineer.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been doing that for 20 years now professionally, and I've recorded, hundreds of artists over the last 20 years, all kinds of artists. In New York, I have my studio out there, and when I first started as a professional audio engineer, the goal was to get artists signed to a label,
Mm-hmm.
right? So all you had to do was record a demo, an EP, or whatever, or even a single, and then like, oh, I'm gonna shop it to the labels. I'm gonna try to present it to Interscope
Right.
or Shady Records or Aftermath, whatever was out back then. And so we used to do that. So I didn't have any other job other than being an engineer, right? And I was really good at it. And over the years, people started to shift away from that
Mm-hmm.
because labels stopped doing artist development.
Right.
And labels used to do all the managerial stuff, getting them connections, collaborations, shows, events,
Everything, right? Yeah.
basically
The
everything.
image,
All you gotta do
everything,
is
marketing.
right. All
Yeah.
you gotta do is here's an advance, so you don't have to worry about making money
Mm-hmm.
and just make music.
Yep.
Just make the best possible art you can
And
possibly
do what
make.
we say.
Do what we say. So the people left that, and also a lot of money was lost because of MP3s and iPods and stuff like that. A lot of people don't know actually is that Napster itself didn't kill the music industry. It was iPods.
Mm.
People don't know that because when people still were using CDs, the cost to get
Oh
a CD.
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so even if you can
And the
download
labor, you had to it took you like days.
a CD burner was
Yeah.
still expensive,
Oh, yeah.
right? You had to have a decent computer,
Right.
and in the late '90s, a CD burner was expensive. You had a decent computer.
And even a special CD player that can play your rewritten CD, like all that stuff.
Yeah, or you need a blank. The blank CDs,
Mhm.
unless you knew a wholesaler or you knew where to go, it was like almost as expensive as the album.
For sure.
So you spend a couple of dollars more and you got the album.
Right.
So album sales didn't really drop until the iPod came out.
Right, because now it's about singles.
Because now the
Yeah.
media is changed.
Mhm.
Now I can put all the MP3s that I download on my iPod,
Yep.
and I don't even use a CD anymore.
Yep.
And then you connect the iPod to your car. They used to have those little MP3. Then they had MP3 CD players, right? So
Yep.
it was slowly just dying out. So what happened is that labels were not signing right as much, and they slowly started falling back. Artists had to start doing more to stand out to the labels, right?
Right.
Like, okay, if we are gonna sign anybody, we're gonna need you to show more than just we find you in a bar somewhere and say she's talented or he's talented. I'm
Right.
just gonna sign him and I'll turn him into a star. Right?
Right.
No, you got to show me that you did a little bit of star stuff. Like, show me that you have like a consistent fan base
Show us
and
you're
all that
legit,
stuff.
yeah.
And then we'll consider whether or not we want to sign you to a label, right? So they started coming to me, not the labels, but the artists. Like, yo, Sage, do you know a singer? Because I know you work with other artists. I need to do a collaboration. Do you know a place I can do events? Do you know a videographer to shoot music videos? Do you know somebody who's cheap? I need to sign. Da, da, da. And I used to know all these people because I was just like kind of like the connection.
Yeah, you were the connect, yeah.
So, a couple of problems with that. I knew people. I don't know how much they're gonna charge.
Yeah.
I don't know if I recommend them and then they don't show up or they don't have a good work ethic, but they're talented.
Yeah.
That's a problem. Then it makes me look bad.
Sorry, just real quick. Were you a freelance engineer or were you working with a studio?
Freelance. I started my own
Oh,
studio.
nice.
Yeah.
So you worked with several studios.
I worked with several studios,
Nice.
but I had one main studio that was mine.
Okay.
So I built that studio from scratch
Nice. All
with
right.
all the knowledge that I learned. I went to a trade school, RD, in Long Island.
Oh, nice.
They changed the name now. It's called REI in Islandia, New York. And I went there for a year, got certified. So I was like a real engineer.
Yeah.
A lot of people were just kind of just hobbyists. So when they would come to me, the artist, and they'd be like, "Oh shoot, like this guy
He knows what he's
really
doing,
knows
yeah.
what he's doing." So I did great. You know, I did fantastic, and I still have clients that are from 20 years ago that still
Nice.
want to record. So, but Artist Connect came because I was like, I need an app to solve all these problems for the artists and the indies
Yeah.
in the industry, and also for the videographers and the freelance photographers,
Everybody involved, right?
DJs, everybody that's involved in this whole creative process. They all need a platform where they can all find each other and exchange services and collaborate with each other and you know, have a marketplace.
Yeah.
And I made Artist Connect, and it took years to build it because at the time when I started, there was nothing like it. I mean, Fiverr was still, it was out, but Fiverr is just too obtuse. It's like everything under the sun. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like it has creative freelancers, but it's like the system is set up in a way where it's too huge. Artist Connect is very, very niche, and it's designed by me to cater to the artist and the creative freelancers to be able to get them paid, make contracts easy for them, help them do their taxes, help them post an opportunity and say, "Hey, I need an audio engineer
Yeah.
next week. My audio engineer is sick," or
And then
whatever.
everybody sees it.
And then it shoots it to every audio engineer in
Wow.
the system.
Yeah.
Same thing with photographers. Yo, I need a
Oh, that's
photographer.
awesome.
You can shoot it to every photographer. I need a podcast. I wanna do interviews.
Yeah.
I have an album. I want to be on every podcast right now to promote my interview. You can shoot every podcast that's on the on the app, and they'll all see like this is an artist that's looking to be on a show. And you can check out their catalog and be like, see if you even want to have them on the show, right? But how much time does it save? It saves a ton of time.
But to say
for the
that
artist.
sounds like saving a lot of footwork.
A lot of
Yeah.
footwork, a lot of time to get them back to making music again. Because I firmly believe that music is not as good as it used to be. And a big part of it is because when you take an artist and you have to make them do X, Y, and Z in order to put their music out and do all this other stuff that's non-musical,
Mm-hmm.
they can't get that deep into their art
Yes.
as they used to.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they were getting screwed before, but they were able to get deep in their art and make some of the best music we ever heard in our life.
Yeah.
Now they're not getting screwed, but you can't make the best music ever because your mind is on 50,000 different things
Yep.
when you need to just be focused on just music.
Right.
So
So yeah, it's funny. I was talking with somebody a little bit earlier, doing a little interview, and they asked me that question. It's like, in your experience, what do you think is the biggest challenge for local musicians? And I'm like, well, for me, I'm not in it like you are. You know, I just booked them and are friends with some of them.
Mhm.
But from what I can observe, it's exactly that, is that they have to do everything. They got to be the marketing person, the booker, the
Yep.
promoter,
Yep.
and then try to write a song, and then try to work too. Like,
Yep.
they got to juggle their entire life. And
Right,
yeah.
right. So I'm not saying that that's bad. I'm just saying that it's not conducive to bringing out your best art.
Yes.
It's just impossible. Because
Mhm.
I'm an artist too. I used to rap. You know what I mean? Back in the day.
Oh, that's right.
And
I've seen it, Love Mike.
I dabbled in it, but I have the artistic soul. I understand what it takes to get into that zone to bring out your best material, and I also have the business mind. So I'm like, wait a minute, these things don't mix that well together.
Yeah.
You know, they don't. It's like kind of oil and water. Like if you're deep in the creative zone, the business stuff is like ones and zeros and other things you have to do. It takes you out of that zone. It takes you out of the cloud.
Right.
You know, and you need to be there to get your best work possible. So
Yeah.
my mission is to solve that problem.
Right.
Right now we're in the Wild West. Labels are not, they're very picky. It's very few. Nobody wants to work with them. Everybody's doing everything on their own. Nobody knows exactly what to do, who to trust or whatever. This is the Wild West.
Yeah, they're looking at trends and trying to see what everybody else is
Right.
doing and try to do something different
Yeah,
or whatever.
it's just this overburdened with a million different things. Like, if you want to make it, you need to do this. If you want to make it, you need to do this. If you
Yeah.
want to make it, you need to do this. You're burnt out. You know, we're all burnt out. So I wanted to make something that will make it easier for artists to be able to get back into their groove. Also for creative freelancers to get, to have a marketplace to be able to make money off their talent.
Yeah.
And even for artists to make money off their talent, because they could charge for features too. You don't have to be Jay-Z or 50 Cent or somebody huge, Beyonce, to charge for a feature.
Sure.
And you don't have to overcharge, but you don't have to charge nothing either. You could say, hey, I'm doing features right now for $100. You're a singer with a phenomenal voice.
Yeah.
Why not?
Why not? Yeah.
Why not? Make some money, a little bit, something, and then at the same time, you build up your reputation and you're on the app. And every time you work on the app, you move up.
Mhm.
We want to, I firmly believe in rewarding people for their work ethic.
Yeah.
Not because they pay to show up higher. You know
Right.
what I mean? There's other websites where you can pay a premium to show up higher than someone who doesn't pay it, as if you're better artistically than that person. That's
Yeah.
not. I don't think that that's fair. I don't think you could rate people on their art because it's subjective. You know,
Yeah,
I
for
might
sure.
like something that you don't like. You might like something I don't like.
Exactly,
Why
yeah.
is that person showing up higher in search results?
Right.
It can only be based on their work ethic. Now, that's something we can both agree on.
Yes.
Okay, this guy is not reliable, whereas this one is more reliable in the same field.
Mhm.
So I'm only promoting them based on their reliability.
Right.
I'm not promoting them based on their artistic subjectivity. You can still choose someone who's not as high on the list. You should go through and see their catalog, see who you want to work with.
Yeah.
But as far as if you want to just know work ethic wise, I can show you that. Like, okay, this person's really active in the app and they're really doing a lot of stuff. Chances are, if you book them, they're gonna show up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Versus
yeah.
someone who doesn't have that same kind of profile.
Right.
So anyway, so the Artist Connect app is out, but we're still in the seed stage. And the stage that I'm in right now is getting people on there.
Okay.
The value of the app is based on how many people are on there.
So it is out right now.
It's out right now
Okay.
for iPhones. So
Okay.
if you have an iPhone, go to the App Store.
All right.
This is the logo. It looks like a power symbol.
Yep,
I don't know
yep.
if- Am I in the
I'll-
shot?
I'll put it on the screen here.
Yeah,
too.
you'll see it. So download it. It's a small app. It's free. And then once you're on there, you can make posts, and then you could say, you could sell an opportunity. You could post about what you need. You could share your work. You could do so many things on there, and you can shoot it to a specific demographic.
Yeah.
So let's say you're an event space and you want artists to show up to your event. You could target every rapper and singer in the system, and it'll show you.
I'm
like,
definitely gonna use that
that's what I'm
for
saying.
sure. Yeah.
Now check this out. The more artists that are on there, it benefits you,
Yeah.
right? Of course, it benefits me. I'm the
Right.
owner of the company, but it benefits you because it's your Rolodex.
Yeah. It's your street cred too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's your Rolodex. It's the people. How many times you go to an event, even if you're an artist, you're watching right now, you're an artist. How many times do you network with people and you add their number or their contact to your Instagram or whatever? But when it comes time to need somebody, you're like, damn, there was some. Remember that dude I met? I
Yeah,
met somebody.
where was
Or
it? Yeah.
there was somebody. Damn, like what was their name?
Yeah,
Right?
yep.
Like now you can't remember. Okay, well if you told them to download the Artist Connect app and they're on it, all you gotta do is make a post on the Artist Connect app and say,
Yep.
hey, I need a DJ for February 3rd, and then target every DJ in the DFW.
Yeah.
If they're in there, they're gonna get notified about it. You know?
Can you target like a certain radius and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Or- oh wow.
Yeah. So you
Nice.
can do 50 miles, 100 miles, 500 miles, and then you can do nationwide.
And it's
right?
a free app.
It's free.
All
But the
right.
targeting part,
Mhm.
if you want to directly target,
Mm-hmm.
I charge $1.50 for that.
Okay. Nice.
But $1.50.
Smart. Yeah.
Yeah. It's supposed to be a sliding scale. Like the more users you target, the more it costs.
Right.
But right now, I told my programmer, I was like, just build it
Mm-hmm.
and just I want to show like a proof of concept. And even when I do make it a sliding scale, it's gonna be way cheaper than Instagram. Instagram and Facebook, when they do boosts, they charge you every day.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
But for impressions, it's not a direct target. It's not like you're targeting. Like if I say I'm gonna send this on the Artist Connect app, it says, I want to target every photographer in 100 miles of here
Yeah.
because I need a photo shoot.
Right.
It says 232 photographers within that radius. It's gonna go to 232 photographers that are on this app to do collaborations.
Right.
Specifically, they're there to work,
Yeah.
not because they're doing it as just a hobby.
Right.
Right. On Instagram, it'll say 10 to 15,000 impressions a day. That's
Yeah.
great, but that's within ads
Right.
while they're doom scrolling to people who interests are photography.
Yeah.
You
it's
see
like-
the difference?
It's like a billboard on the highway almost.
Yeah, so they're not directly getting targeted. So and then you're paying so much more. I'm not going to charge anything close to what
Yeah.
Instagram is charging, but I'm saying that I'm going to directly target. Now, again, Artist Connect cuts out a lot of the malarkey and a lot of the fluff.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Artist Connect is the app that every artist, every creative freelancer, anyone who deals with artists or wants to do anything with artists, they should just be on this app.
Yeah, for sure. Especially for free. Why not?
Yeah,
Free
be on
99
it.
is a good
Yeah,
price.
free 99 right now. Just get on there at least.
So how long has it been out right now?
We started testing it in 2019, and then the pandemic hit,
Mm.
so I couldn't there was no events. At that time, I was
Sure.
still living in New
Sheesh.
York, so I
Yeah.
couldn't really do anything.
Couldn't do anything. Yeah.
Yeah, New York was very strict
Yeah.
with the pandemic stuff, so that really messed me up. And then but then after the pandemic felt was no longer a big deal. Then we started doing some events and some more networking and stuff like that, and we have 4,700 users.
All right.
But that's all over the United States.
Mhm.
Now here's the key. For us right now, there's not enough people in any one specific location to make it, super valuable.
Right.
It's valuable right now, but it's not. It can be more if we focus. So right now, my focus is on Dallas because I have all these relationships working with the Love Mike. Shout
Oh,
out
yeah.
to Jenna.
Yeah, Jen.
She's my partner, and we work together. She's like the physical representation of what we do, bringing artists together. We're on the digital side, right?
Right.
So we're partnered together because it's a synergistic relationship. She's an amazing human being. I love Jenna. She's just a great person too. So I couldn't have had a better business partner than Jenna. That's the type of business partner you want.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
She's the Tiny States' best friend.
She's just
her and the Love Mic.
it's just
By
a
far.
genuine person, genuine person. And so I just partnered with her at the beginning of, I can't believe it's 2026 already. 1 year ago, I partnered with Jenna.
Okay, so I was there for the beginning then.
You were there for the beginning, yeah. So we had just started out, and I was introducing Artist Connect to people. I didn't want to hey, download my app, to be too aggressive.
Right.
I just wanted to slowly introduce them and give them hey, if you perform at the Love Mic every Monday, you're entered into a contest to win Artist of the Month. So you're familiar with the Artist of the Month thing we were doing. So I would promote artists like that. And now I'm getting more hey, listen, so these are the benefits of Artist Connect. I'm doing a $100 cash giveaway now every month, which, by the way, everybody check out. $100 cash. I'm giving $100 cash every month. I already gave $100 to a singer, Mario. He was on the tutorial. I did a tutorial video.
Mario. I remember him.
Yeah. And so he won. I did a wheel spin the wheel thing. He was on the live, so I was like, anybody who's on the live is gonna be on the wheel. He won, and then I was like, I'll do this every month.
Nice.
Right. And what I'll do is, just if you post on the Artist Connect app, it could be a post like, "What's up, world?" and you're sharing a song that you recently worked on, or a video clip, or if you're a photographer, a headshot that you recently did, whatever it is, anything related to creativity.
Yeah.
Just post it on the Artist Connect app, and that week you're automatically entered into the contest. And you can do that 4 times. So you can get 4 entries on the wheel.
You hear that, people?
Yeah, rub hands.
Here we go.
Let's rubbing the hands. So every
Start
week.
getting on the app right now. Let's go. Ding,
today
ding, ding.
Today's the 7th, right? So on today's the last day for week 1.
All right.
So if you're watching this
Till midnight?
till midnight.
All right, we got some hours. Let's go.
Yeah. So just post on the Artist Connect app. It takes 2 seconds. Just post on it and put #giveaway in the post. So I
Hashtag
know
giveaway.
I know
All
that
right.
you're doing it for
Cool.
the contest. So then you'll have a raffle ticket for week 1. Then do another post for week 2, another post for week 3, another post for week 4, and then you'll have 4 times on the board. I'm gonna count up
right.
everybody who's on it, and then somebody's gonna win $100.
Oh, that's so fun. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. So I wanted to do it every week, but when the money comes.
So is there a certain number that you're trying to hit for your proof of concept to kind of be where you want it to be?
I'm not exactly sure what the monthly active user count should be.
Mm-hmm.
But we're talking to investors and people that could help us market it and take it to another level. But whenever they're satisfied with the number that they want to see, as far as okay, we know if you did this much with this much, then if we inject this much capital, we'll take it to another level.
Right.
It's really only God knows.
Sure.
So I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm gonna keep doing my thing and keep promoting the app, and it's grassroots until whenever the next stage is.
I love that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so you're a serious sound engineer, so that means you must have a real passion for it.
I have a passion.
So where did that come from? I know it's probably from the streets of New York or somewhere, right?
I could go with a cool route. Yeah, from the streets of New York.
Yeah, right.
The
streets of New York.
Yeah. So I grew up. I grew up with my brother, my older brother. He's 9 years older than me, and he was doing DJing a little bit on the side as
Nice.
a hobby. He wasn't really out there like
This
that.
back in the 80s?
This is back in the 80s, yeah. So he had freestyle records, and this is when freestyle was big in the late 80s.
Yep.
And hip hop, EPMD, Big Daddy Kane at that time or whatever. Run DMC a little bit, but because I was really small when Run DMC was really big, but still I heard it. You know what I mean? He used to play the vinyls all the time.
Sure.
And so I got exposed to hip hop. I got exposed to freestyle music. I got exposed to rock and roll, Guns N' Roses, a whole spectrum of pop. You know what I'm saying?
Everything,
Duran, just everything that was out. There was so much good music back then. But I used to have my grandfather had a boombox, and it was the old 80s boombox with the treble, the big speakers, everything like that, right? It was like a Sanyo boombox.
Tape deck and everything?
Yeah, tape deck and everything. And I was just fascinated by it. It's one of those things where you find your passion early.
Yep.
You just see a kid and they're just interested in Legos. Oh shit, this guy might be an engineer when he grows up. He just loves it, more than anybody else. So I just love the boom. I love recording. I used to take the boombox and I used to put it, because I used to play Sega, right, and Nintendo. I used to put it in front of the TV and record the video game music
Oh shit, nice.
on cassette. And I used to like save it, and I used to like make my own mixtapes.
And remix.
Yeah, it's like,
Wow.
yo, I got
way
the
ahead of
music.
your time because people do that shit right now.
Yeah. So I was like, yo,
That's
I just
awesome.
want to hear the music all the time.
Yeah.
So I was doing that, but at that time, of course, it's a hobby. It was when I started high school that I was like, Cool Edit came out, Cool Edit '96, and it was just a very basic digital program about recording and cut and paste. It was very, very simple, but started messing with that, and then I got really good at it, and because I had a passion for it. Then it was like eventually I was like, I should just go to school for this.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna be easy for me. I already love it.
Yeah.
And then I should start a business. And and nobody believed except for, I think my cousin was the only one. One of my cousins. He was like, because I took out $11,000 in loans to build my own music studio, and everybody was like, you're crazy. Like you're gonna get into debt. This is back in 2004.
Oof. Right before everything went crazy.
Yeah. So, but I did it. I built it.
Wow.
And we went everywhere, gave
And
out
in
flyers.
New York, that's freaking.
Gave out flyers in every college, Jamaica Avenue, which is a really famous place in Queens. Went everywhere, just gave out, studio time, and got my first clients. And then word of mouth is what does it.
Yep.
When people hear something and they're like, yo, where did you record that?
Yep.
Who did that? And like, oh, Sage. That's it. That's all you need.
Yep.
And my studio exploded. And it did really well.
And
that's how I got into it.
You're doing well with that here too, because I say Sage, like, oh yeah, I know Sage.
Yeah,
like,
that's.
I don't have to say your last name or what you're about. Like, oh yeah, I know Sage.
That's dope.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
dope. Yeah, I'm here.
But we need to get on his app, all right? Everybody, you got till
That's
midnight
the
to
next
enter
level.
this contest. But yeah,
Yeah,
you gotta check that out. I'm definitely get on there tonight because that's gonna help me out for sure.
Yeah,
I didn't know it's for all the creatives like that.
yeah. That's the thing
Yeah.
is that I have to I have to just be out there and really promoting how in depth this is.
Yeah.
Like some people might see it and be like, oh yeah, well I'm like a DJ, or I'm a photographer. What does that have to do with me? Like no, photography is
Yeah.
they need photographers.
For sure.
Be on it. Why? It's free to be there. You're in the Rolodex. You'll just get a notification every now and then that someone
I
needs a
can't wait. Oh,
photographer, and you're like, okay, let me see. Okay, so and so, yeah, I charge this much. Like you just had a client come to you through. You don't even have to do anything.
Yeah.
Like it's just you get targeted and you get notified about opportunities from people that are serious, not people that are just like, hey, I heard you do photos. Like,
Yeah,
no,
right.
if you're on Artist Connect,
Yeah.
it's because you're serious about really doing work.
And when you're under, do you have like your own profile where you can kind of show
Right.
like what you do? Like you can
Yeah,
kinda
you link your Instagram.
exhibit your stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I made it where you link your Instagram and you post on the timeline. So the
Nice.
reason why I did that is because I felt like if you just put everything on the app,
Yeah.
then we don't know. Like you might want to check somebody's prior history.
And people might not want to double post like that too, you know?
Yeah,
So
and like
that's
plus-
kind of better.
Plus, like let's say you've been out for a while, but you just got on the Artist Connect app. I might not mess with you, but if I look at your Instagram, I was like, oh, he's been doing it for
They're
5
busy,
years, 6
yeah.
years. Okay, that's a proof that you have a catalog.
Right.
Like, why have to recreate that when you've already established a
Sure.
catalog
Oh, that's smart,
on
yeah.
another social media platform?
And it makes it easier for the artist. That's the whole point, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So, are there any kind of success stories so far, or getting there, or like on the brink, maybe, or?
Not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet. Again, I'm still in the onloading phase, and I've been
Mhm.
on that onloading phase, and also
That's cool.
also tweaking it a lot. Like the direct targeting thing, I actually built that a year ago.
Okay.
So I had built the app already, but I didn't include that. It was like just a Rolodex app, and you can make a profile and you can pay each other.
That's a great idea because I was thinking, I'm like, if it's the entire DFW, and I'm like, hey, I'll do some photos or something. I don't want to go to Fort Worth necessarily. Thank you for coming from Fort Worth, but not necessarily. I
Yeah.
might not want to go all the way out there. I
Yeah.
might want to stay somewhere
Yeah,
a little bit closer.
and it's $1.50 to boost
Yeah.
it. Like, what's $1.50? It's like
Right.
it's a can of soda right now.
Yeah.
Like, and then if nobody bites, nobody bites. But if one person bites,
That's it.
you just made a
That
10,000% profit.
one will turn to
Yeah.
two, will turn to three, most
Exactly.
likely.
Yeah. So my job is to help you guys get paid for what you do, get out there, collab. And even for artists, it's not just about getting paid, it's exposure.
No.
Like, let's say you're a rapper, or let's say you're a singer. Let's say you're a singer. I want to
Okay.
use this example. You want to get out there, you want to get known. You can do features on different artist projects, right?
Right.
Like to do the hook, like do the chorus, right? On some rapper's project or something like that. Okay, that's just one rapper. Okay, go on Artist Connect app. You can target every single rapper in the DFW that's on the
Yeah.
app. So we got to get them on the app.
Yep.
You do a feature with all those dudes, or at least
Like
half of
four,
them.
a handful.
Yeah.
Forget it. Yeah.
Everybody knows you in the DFW after
Yep.
all their songs drop. Yo,
And
I
then-
heard her on that other project. I
Yep.
heard her. This is the strategy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you get your exposure. Then you can go outside of DFW. You can go to the state of Texas. You can go on the app and just increase the radius. Start looking at people in different cities, in Austin, in San Antonio, and you know what I mean, and
Well, this is
Houston.
awesome, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now you're known in Texas, and now you can go beyond that. You can go nationwide. You could literally strategize your whole thing and get the exposure you want by just collabing with artists in a very strategic way. And I want to help artists understand that. And like I even want to do a class. Like I was thinking about doing a weekly class of just getting like a Zoom call and have people just join it and be like, yo, this
That's
is
a
how
great idea.
you could strategize and really get out there. Like use the app.
And have some guest speakers and things like that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So
Cool.
I'm thinking of a lot of different things, you know. So, but I am open to more partnerships. You know, right now it's me, it's Jenna, it's my I have 2 programmers, one for Android, which by the way the Android version is coming out hopefully in March.
All right.
It's scheduled to come out in March. So give me 2 more months and we'll have an Android version out. I know the Android users are probably like, man, how do I get on this, right?
Yeah, right.
Just stay tapped in. It'll be quick. And that's basically it, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, so the one connection that we have, obviously, is the Love Mike and Jenna Wilson,
Mhm.
which, by the way, I have to give her a shout out. And the Love Mike, super congratulations for being nominated for the Dallas Entertainment Awards 2025, right? Because it's celebrated in 26, but it's
Yep.
for 25.
Yep.
But I believe it's the first time they've been nominated.
Yep.
It's super huge. Jenna's probably super uncomfortable with this, but I'm sorry, but she deserves recognition for it. So congratulations to the Love Mike and
No,
Jenna.
serious congrats.
Um,
She deserves every piece of recognition she gets. She goes above and beyond for everyone.
Yep.
You know, she's like the definition of being grateful and going above and beyond. Like
Yep.
when I think of people like that, she's like on the top of the list.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So I was curious how you met her and how you guys got started together.
So I was doing a partnership with the Makers Gym in Frisco, which is
Yep.
no longer with us because they shut down
When was that?
just recently, like a month ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is unfortunate, you know. But before that, I had done a 6-month open mic collaboration with them, and so I had started that in the summer of 2024,
Mhm.
and it ended in January of 2025, which is when I moved over to Sundown with Jenna. Jenna came to one of those open mics. I think she came to the second one, maybe the one in September or October.
Mhm.
And she was like, I love what you're doing. It's amazing. You know, I have my own open mic. I'd love for you to come by. And I was like, yeah, where is it? And she was like, at Sundown. I was like, I looked at it. I was like, oh, yeah, that's easier to get to than going from Fort Worth to Frisco.
Yeah.
Right. So, because that's where Baker's Gym was. So I was like, yeah, I'll come check it out. So I came, checked it out. I was like, yo, this is dope. I love it. I love the vibe,
Yeah.
everything like that. And we became cool. And then I just told her, I was like, hey, do you want to like partner together? Because that's what I wanted to do, like continuously with the Makers Gym.
Mhm.
But I guess they were going through their issues that
Yeah.
I later found out now they shut down or whatever. So, you know, but with Jenna, she was like, yeah, let's do it. I told her it would be very simple. It's just you're the physical representation of Artist Connect. You're bringing artists together. You're bringing talent together. We're doing it on the digital
Yeah.
side. You're doing it on the physical side. We need to work together. I'll give perks that I give to Love Mic people that I don't give to anyone else. So if you perform at the Love Mic, you are getting perks with the Artist Connect app
Yeah.
that nobody else gets. Nobody.
That's
Because,
awesome.
you know, we're partnered. So I was like, I'll look out for you. You look out for me. You know, we look out for each other and we just work together
Yeah.
and help make we have a shared goal of making life better for artists.
You gotta. I mean, if you ever. I mean, coming from Fort Worth is a freaking trek, but if you ever want to come out to one of our open mics and kind of come out and talk to whoever here. I mean, we don't have the numbers like Love Mike,
No, I'm going to come out.
Um,
I'm going to come out.
but you'll at least be on live and just kind of just get your name out there. But
Right.
yeah,
Yeah, no, I need to, and I told Jenna about that too. I was like, the Love Mic is that we're partners. Every other open mic, I still want to. It's a benefit for them still. Like it benefits the artists to know of an opportunity for them.
or
to
you
be
know
able
what?
to,
I just came to my head. Why don't you do a tiny stage session? But it's like, I was actually thinking about doing something where it's like more like a Tonight Show, but it's out there, like on the stage, and we have an interview and then an act and everything like that. But we can do something like that maybe. Or you can showcase your freestyle or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just throwing out ideas. You know how I am.
Or we could do like an intermission,
Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah.
right? Like we
That's a good
have
idea.
like a bunch of
In
acts
between
and
a show or something.
Yeah,
Yes.
like everybody take a break.
Yes.
And while you're chilling, getting a drink or whatever, you're just hanging out or whatever, chilling at the table. Everybody gets a breather. I'll just explain, the
The first freestyle battle at the Tiny Stage, hosted by the Artist Connect app. Huh?
Could do something like
Sounds
that
pretty
too.
good.
Yeah, yeah.
We
Yeah.
haven't had one because I was talking with Keyshawn Taylor about that.
Mm-hmm.
He's my favorite, one of my favorite freestylers. I can't say favorite because
Yeah.
I love Archive too.
Yeah.
But they're kind of similar. They're different kind of freestylers that they're kind of soulful, And I kind of want to have like a sort of battle, but not a battle like I insulted you worse. It's like I had better words than you, or I had better thoughts and ideas and feelings. You know what I mean? Because that's how they rap. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's not so much about I'm better than you and F you. You know what I mean? So I think that'd be kind of cool to kind of like attract that kind of different kind of freestyle rappers. I don't know.
Yeah, let's try it. I mean, everything is that's the beauty of open mic situations is that we're free to experiment and see.
Throw shit on the wall, see what sticks.
Yeah, that's what, and I used to say that too when I was when I sponsored the Makers Gym thing, and I also said it at the Love Mic at Sundown when we were still at Sundown. I was like, hey, by the way, I just want you guys to know, do not be afraid to share unfinished material you just want to test out, poetry, whatever it is.
Yes.
We all already know that you're you know what I'm saying? This is not we're not expecting like a
we're not judges over here going,
Yeah.
I don't like it, get out of here.
yeah, we're not even on that energy. So this is a safe space for you to experiment and test out your stuff, and even your regular songs, your singles or whatever, anything, whatever you got, just bring it. So I think that's a very important thing to say.
That's awesome. So a little about your background, I guess. So people are always interested how or why I came to Texas from New York. Because they figure, oh, you're in New York. Why the hell would you come here?
They probably think the same about me.
So how did that happen for you, and like when around?
So I moved here in the end of 2022, and I had already had friends out here from times that I had visited for South by Southwest.
Wow.
Now South by Southwest is obviously in Austin, right? But I have a friend who lives out here in Dallas. So what I used to do was I was like, all right, if I'm going to go to South by Southwest, I'll fly to Dallas and get a rental, which I'm going to have to get a rental anyway to get around, right? And this was before Uber.
Right.
I mean, Uber was out. No, Uber wasn't out. I don't think Uber was out. So I was like, I'm going to get a rental anyway. I might as well come to Dallas, see my friend, and then drive down to South by Southwest, enjoy it, come back, see my friend, and fly back to New York.
Yeah.
Plus tickets were usually cheaper to fly to DFW than Austin for whatever reason.
Yeah, right. That's weird.
It's you can get really good tickets from DFW to. It's like you can get tickets for like $100 round trip sometimes.
Yeah.
So anyway, so while I was out here, I'm networking, right?
Mm-hmm.
I met somebody at South by in 2016 who's actually from Dallas, and we were just hanging out. It was one of those events, parties, like, hey, what's up, yo, whatever. And we're just like, it's like, hey, what's your name, whatever, and just exchange information, and then. We became really cool after that. Yeah. And then I was like, okay, now when I go to Dallas, I'll stay in touch with that dude too. You know what I mean? And so we talked and we became friends. And then he knew a lot of like people, like, people I can network with or whatever, and about Artist Connect. So I started developing relationships out here. And I noticed that it was easier for me out here because New York is very saturated. I love New York. I'm from New York.
And super competitive too.
Very competitive, very saturated, and you need like mad money and accolades to even walk into certain doors. You know what I mean? So it was just very hard, and I saw how much open the South was. The Southern hospitality and people wanting to support and stuff like that. And I feel like Dallas has that, and it still is a city.
Yeah.
So it doesn't feel like I'm like in the middle of the forest or something like that. Like I wouldn't be able to do that either. So I couldn't go from one extreme to another, and Dallas was that nice balance. So in 2022, I had an opportunity to move out here. And a friend of mine, he's he hooked me up, and I was able to move out here. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna move out here, and I'm gonna work with the open mics out here, work with artists out here, and try to grow it from here because I feel like I have an easier time getting there to where the goal is, in Dallas. And then Dallas is also, easier living, easier cost of living.
Oh yeah, that's the big reason why I moved here too.
Yeah, like you can get a great house in a great area for not something that's out of this world.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I just thought it was just a good move.
And I'm sorry, I don't remember. Is your studio still there in New York?
It's still there.
Nice.
I still travel to New York because I have so many clients out there that wait for me.
Right.
So what I told them was what I'll do is instead of recording like how I used to, you guys get all your material. Like don't just record one song here and there. Get a whole album ready, and then I'll come back for like a week and a half, 2 weeks, and just record mad people, and then come back to Dallas. So that's what I do, like my every other month run to New York.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah.
You gotta do a little like kind of BTS kind of following you doing all that stuff.
Yeah, yeah. I do have
little
some
documentary kind of thing.
on my Instagram. I do have some footage, some behind the scenes
cool.
in the studio footage or whatever.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Um,
And I still remote engineer. So if anybody needs an audio engineer to do mixing or mastering,
nice.
I'm you can hire me out. I'm still working. So you can send me the stems or the tracks or the session, and we can negotiate whatever the price is gonna be and hook it up
Remotely. Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right. So there's here's a fun question that I like asking everybody over here, especially the artist. So for me, I dabble in the guitar. I don't consider myself a guitar player by any means. But I remember the first song that I tried to play, and I kind of played it, and I was like, holy crap, I can kind of almost play the guitar, and then it kind of inspired me to keep trying and keep practicing. That was Led Zeppelin's "Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You."
Okay.
So I ask every artist, what was that song that was like the oh crap, I have this, like that I can maybe do this. I'm gonna keep doing this.
That I could play?
Or like do your like sound engineering stuff. Like maybe you did a mix where you're like, that shit sounds beautiful right there. Like that is like perfect. I can do this thing, and like I just did it with my ear kind of thing. Or maybe what inspired you to get into freestyle and hip hop in general?
Okay. So yeah, I got into hip hop because my best friend in high school, he was like, yo, we need to rap. Let's just rap. But at that time, it was just like for fun. Like, let's just write rhymes or whatever. So that
was kind of the New York thing, right?
Yeah, like just do it, right? So we did it, and he was like, yo, you're mad good. And I was like,
just
really?
Naturally?
Yeah. And like I was just good with words or whatever. And so we just made an album in high school.
A whole album?
Yeah.
Do you still have it?
He has it.
Oh shit, we gotta listen to it.
I have it too. I don't know where it is, but I have it. But
you gotta release it again.
It's just mad
remastered
funny.
And release it.
Yeah, I know, right? But then I really started to like really get into it and like wanted to really make some really moving songs, and some of my stuff is still on YouTube, and then eventually the highest level I reached was I did a project and I had DJ Khaled host it.
Whoa.
This is before DJ Khaled was as
DJ
big
Khaled,
as he is. Yeah. He was big, but he wasn't as big as he is now.
Yeah.
I think I wrote a couple of songs on there that was like my artistic peak. And like I even sometimes listen to them, I'm like, yo, that was crazy.
What were they called?
The name of the project was called Total Recall because that was one of my favorite movies as a kid growing up, Arnold Schwarzenegger. But it's a bunch of songs. I mean, I have a song called Hold On, which is about an orphan girl that I was sponsoring in Ethiopia at the time, and I think that's probably the most poignant lyrics I've ever written for a song.
Yeah.
There's another song called My Destiny, which I think is one of the best things I've ever written as well. There's a couple of songs, but those are the ones that I feel like I really was like, I had like the Holy Spirit or something like that. Like,
nice.
I listened to it like, y'all don't even know how I did that. Yeah. Like that was incredible. I do actually think like with AI, maybe I'll make a music video for the song and re-release it for those songs. Yeah. Because there were certain things I wanted to do visually that I was like, I can't do. Like I didn't have the money for it or budget or whatever. But now with AI, you can do
anything. Yeah,
you can do visually, you can do anything. So that's something that I'll eventually get to. I think because some of the stuff that I made was kind of timeless, I feel. But yeah, those were the moments. And when it came to mixing and mastering, I think I did a song. There's a couple of songs, man. I did a song for somebody called is an artist. His name is Dory Gold from Queens, and shout out to him. He's also a phenomenal hairstylist. That was his like main craft outside of making music.
Yeah.
So, but he wanted to do this weird. I don't want to say it's weird, but it was like very unorthodox,
avant-garde,
unorthodox. I can't even classify the genre, like whatever. And he was like, "Yo, Sage, I want it to be like," and we were just finding the magic. Like we were just going with whatever and just finding it together. And by the end of the session, I was like, "Yo, this sounds insane." I was like, "I can't believe I did this." And he was trying to get like a rock and roll sound to his voice, and he wanted a certain effect. And I was able to make a I don't use plugins like that. I use some, but I usually manipulate the plugins so much that it's like I make my own custom plugins every time. So he wanted like a rock and roll kind of sound to his voice, and he wanted to sing. So I used a little bit of auto tune, but I used a certain kind of walkie talkie effect. But I did so much to it that it was like clear but walkie talkie ish, but cool. Not. And then like it was like it sounded like he was in a tunnel, and then it also had like a lot of spatial effect to it, so that it warps around your ear, so it feels like he's like warping around you in the chorus. And the only thing was there was a moment where he was like he couldn't get that kind of rasp in his voice. Yeah. So he was getting it, but it wasn't coming out enough. So the booth I have in New York, you can't see inside. Like there's a window for him to look out, but you can't look in to see where he is. It's like dark in there unless he has a light on, but then you have to stand at the other side of the booth in order to see inside. Okay. The window is on the other side. So I'm not sitting on that side to see it. I'm looking at the computer, right? Right. So I could hear that he was like this. I didn't see him do it, but I could hear. You can tell, yeah. Because I know the voice when it's like this. You can't run away, right? I was like, oh shit. I was like, I know what's going on. I was like, open the door. Are you going like this? He was like, yeah. I was like, raise the mic higher than you. Right. So that you're looking up. Right. And then go, you can't run away. Yeah. And then we did it, and then it was like, yo, it came out perfect. And he was like, yo, Sage, that's crazy. I was like, yo, little things like that, you know, like the way you project your voice and even your stance and the way you're looking and your angle of your head, every little thing can affect the cadence and the timbre and the delivery of your voice. Wow. So that was something that I felt really proud of. I could listen to this all day long. I love it. Yeah. I was really proud of that because I was like, that's something that like a regular tracking engineer is not going to, the average tracking engineer is not going to know how to do that. Right. So that comes with experience. Yeah. Literally. There's no way you can't learn that without time and experience and just going through clients, like hundreds of clients. Yeah. I think it's kind of interesting because like, you've gone through like the whole evolution of audio from tapes, maybe even reel to reel or like 45s. No, I don't know if you were exposed to that. No, I was. I just said not that you were alive during that time, but I was exposed to 45s and like 8 tracks and reel to reels. When I went to school for audio engineering, the actual class was in 2002. At that time, Pro Tools was still new, so we learned Pro Tools. But it was not, I don't want to say it was in its infancy, but it was just now becoming like fully out there, the standard. Yeah. DATs were still out, but they were on their way out, right? So we learned how to mess with DATs as well, right? But I remember our teacher taking us to the back, showing us the reel to reel, and he was like, "This I'm not gonna teach you guys, but this is because it's already gone. But this is what we had to do." And he showed us how to cut the tape, and I was like, "What? You can't even see the wave. You have to know it." Yep. That's crazy, bro. Now you could just click. I could see the wave file. I could see where to trim it and everything like that. Yeah. Come on, dude. That's a million times easier than cutting reel to reel. Those people I need to shake their hand if I find out you cut reel to reel. No, I only know about that because my father was a sound enthusiast. I went more towards soccer, but now I'm more now into sound. It's kind of funny how that worked out. But my basement had like literally like it was like a museum. Like it went from reel to reel, 8-track to like the first tape deck that was like huge just for one little tape, the first tape recorder, the first CD player that was like super huge just for one little CD, like everything. So as a sound engineer, like the sound changes with all that different kind of medium, right? Yeah. So like, is it just like an instinct or something like in your ear that you can just kind of hear, or is it like something that you had to learn with, like say like when you're going from tape to vinyl, or like when you went from tapes to CDs? That was a big difference, I remember, because CDs sounded so much clearer. Right. You know? Right. And as a sound engineer, kind of mixing that stuff and, engineering that, how do you tweak that, So one thing that you'll hear the difference between tapes and CDs was the warmth disappeared. Because there's something about the natural tape and the way that the sound is on physical tape and reel-to-reel, because tape was basically the same medium. It's warmer and like fuller and like has like some kind of body to it that is generally lost in the digital format, right? So so you have to do a lot of tricks to bring up the low end of the EQ without making it muddy but making it sound full. And so you just have to, every track is different. Some tracks you do a little bit in a certain way and it makes it muddy. Now you're stuck. Now you have to figure out another way to compress it and do a gate and stuff like that and do all these tricks to kind of make that fullness without making it muddy. And so that takes some time, but that you don't have to do that with tape.
Yep.
But generally, you don't have to do that with tape. Tape already comes with that warm body.
I think it's so fascinating how you can how you train your ear to hear all those little things.
Yeah.
If there is any kind of medium that you would bring back, what would it be?
Any physical media I want to bring back. I don't care what it is. Whether it's you want to go back to CDs. I heard CDs are. I'm seeing some young kids buying CDs.
Yeah, right behind you. There's a few.
Yeah. So CDs, tapes. I mean, tapes were fun because you can play with tapes. You can't really play with a CD.
Yeah.
But I'm okay if we just get back to CDs because I can't stand streaming. I can't stand it. I never liked it. I always thought it was a bad idea. I understood the convenience. I'm not dumb.
Yeah.
But I was like, we're gonna lose something. With every step of technology, we gain. We're so excited about the gain, we don't realize what we lose. Yeah. We act as if we didn't lose anything. We just gained, and that's with all technology, right? So, when radio first came out, it's like, oh, we have a radio. I'll listen to it on the radio. Well, that took a little bit away from something that we don't even know about because this is before our time. But they definitely lost something. We don't even know because we were not even there before radio. Then when TV came out, remember that song?
Video killed
the radio star.
Yeah.
Right? What was that? They were talking about it, and then Lady Gaga, not Lady Gaga. Wow. Radio Gaga. No, Radio Gaga from Queen.
Yeah.
Right? That was also about like radio. Like it was like almost like a farewell song to radio. Like radio's gonna die. Like radio.
Yeah.
And it was like, wait, this was like
someone still loves you.
So it's like, but it didn't die.
Yeah.
But it was like something was going to die. They knew something was going to be lost because of video.
Yeah.
Then when video came, then that was like another medium. But then now you have YouTube, which is video, but now it's content creation. And then it's like, then you have iTunes. You have to buy it. You can't stream it. So yeah, it's still, but there's no physicality.
See,
now
I just heard about how music became into more marketing than anything
now. It's
else.
just streaming. Now you're not even getting the iTunes.
Yeah.
Nobody's downloading, buying an iTunes album like that. At least not to the way it was before. Most people are streaming. I pay $9.99 or whatever, $12.99, whatever it is now, and I listen to everything.
Yeah.
And then you guys figure it out, like whatever you make off your streams or whatever. But you made it more convenient for the listener, but you took away the magic. And they didn't know that. It is convenient, but now you lose the magic of like, yo, I got his album. I got her album. Yo, I just bought so-and-so's album. Like, I just got it. I'm going to listen to it.
Yeah.
I'm going to,
I remember having the lyrics, and I'm like, oh, that's what they were saying. Like,
we used to wait for albums, buy the album, sit down together like a family gathering and like listen to it.
Yep.
And be like, wow, that song, yo, let's listen to the next song. Yo, that song is crazy.
My childhood was playing Mario 3 with my sister in the basement, listening to the Best of Queen album, like the vinyl, over and over and over again.
Mario 3 is so good. Oh, my God, Mario Brothers 3 was so good.
And Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong, oh, my God. But, yeah, I think any physical media, just bring back anything, bro. Of course.
Now it's just I'm in my car by myself. Not even. I'm in my ears. I'm not even hearing you. I don't care about you behind me. It's next to me. I'm in my own.
Right.
Yeah,
and they don't even make cars with CD players anymore.
I know.
That's another thing.
That's like an old thing.
Yeah. So that was the biggest blow because people used to listen to music in their car.
Yeah.
Right. At home, they
were forced to listen to this music.
Yeah. So that was the thing to listen to in the car. That was that. See, that's probably one of the biggest blows because no one really plays CDs in that house as much as they play it in the car. Right. In the car, you're either doing two things. Either you're listening to music, or you're listening to AM radio when you're driving to work to learn about the weather and like
or traffic and things.
Even that's like 10 minutes. Remember 10-10 wins.
Oh yeah, 10.
Give us 10 minutes, and we'll give you the world. All right, so 10 minutes. I'm done with the AM radio after 10 minutes. Everything else is FM after that. I don't need to listen to AM.
Yep.
So I mean, but if you take away that, then you take away. That's it. We can't bring physical media back. We have to take an initiative. It's like organic. It's like organic. It's like, oh yeah, high fructose corn syrup makes things cheaper.
Yeah.
So now your candy's less. So your kids don't have your expenses for your kids or for yourself. Your snacks are cheaper. But your body can't synthesize vitamin D anymore. Do you need it? Yes, I need it. I'm gonna die later on.
Right.
For these 3 pennies that I'm saving, or 10 cents or 15 cents.
Yeah.
I'll pay an extra 25 cents for no high fructose corn syrup. Right. So we gain, but we lose.
Yeah. For
now
sure.
Now we're like, okay, I want organic. Why? Why you want to pay extra for organic? Because I know what I lost. I want it back.
Right.
Same thing with CDs and other things. Like, we need to go back to the physical mediums. Like, we left only to learn that we missed something. We didn't really need what we thought we needed.
Oh, that's a bar right there, man. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think
Is there a way for someone to get connected with someone that can produce vinyl and CDs through the Artist Connect app, or maybe someone they can reach out to for that?
there is someone I know that knows someone that does that.
Mm-hmm.
I need to speak to them to get them to get on the app to
That'd be cool
provide that
too.
service. Yeah, that's a mad good idea. I'm gonna actually text them as soon as we wrap up and tell them, like, yo, that dude that presses vinyls that actually, I don't know if you know, Jawborn is Erykah Badu's producer.
Okay.
Who produced On and a lot of hits, and he produces stuff even today for like Kendrick and a lot of people. He's on the app, and he's the biggest.
Wow.
He's probably the biggest name I got on the app.
Hell yeah.
And he's a good friend of mine. You know, he's down for the cause and everything. We're actually doing a contest, a music producer contest too. Shout out to Sample Flip Season. I'll send you the link.
All right.
If you're a music producer,
Hell yeah.
he basically puts out a sample every week, and he looks at every producer's flip of the sample. So you take that sample and you make a beat out of it in your own unique way, and submit it on the Artist Connect app. And then whoever he selects gets on the project or whatever. But he knows a vinyl press guy because he told me. So I'm gonna contact him and say, like, yo, tell that dude to get on the Artist Connect app and sell and put his services on there.
And as a way to kind of promote that, like, you know, maybe the winner of that gets also like a vinyl of their stuff. Yeah, that'd be so freaking cool. Yeah.
So we're
awesome.
considering that. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was thinking, I'm like, if I was an artist, you know, I would let you just to have it, just because it's nice to have the
cool.
physical thing.
Yeah. It's a thing where, again, you can't. There's something about a physical award, a physical thing, a physical something, where you can't erase 100,000 years or however many thousand years you believe that we've been on this planet of genetics in one generation. You can't do it.
Yep.
You can't do it. Just like you can't break a bad habit in a day, right?
Yep.
Or a good habit, any habit you can't break in a day. I don't want to always make it about bad, but I mean, like, you can't erase that much time of us loving to have a physical thing that represents something that has sentimental value. Streams don't have sentimental value. They're intangible. Right. So you can't do anything with it.
This is why my background is in libraries, and we say the same thing about books. You know, is that you can get the ebook or whatever, but there's something about having the physical book, and not for me more convenient because I don't have to wait for the battery to be on, you know, stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah. Or
so
charge it up and things. You know.
Yeah, there's value in things. Just everyone should know. Everyone who's listening and watching. For the few things that you know that there's value in it by going backwards, like organic food and natural food, grass-fed beef, like, you know, all the things that we found out later.
You know what? There's probably something unhealthy about this too.
That's what I'm saying. So the same principle applies across the board, even if we don't know it yet.
Yeah.
That's what I believe. You know, if you find that principle is true about one thing, it's probably true about everything.
Oh, I hope there's some artists listening to this that take that to heart and do something about it.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. But like make an album that tells a story like they used to do. Remember how like you had to listen to the whole thing because it told the whole story, the whole thing. You know?
Right.
You couldn't really pick out this one song.
Yeah, like take me somewhere.
Yeah.
Take me somewhere take me to your universe. Take me to your world. Let me see what's going on in why do people like comic books? You know, it doesn't have to be fake or real. It's just well done.
Yeah.
You know, we like movies that are based on true stories.
Yeah.
We like documentaries that are good, and we also like fiction that's good too. It's just got to be good, whether it's real or not, or a mix of real and fantasy based on a true story. But you know, I don't care. I want to listen to your stuff and get taken somewhere mentally, and then come back to like, wow, I felt like I learned something. I got something from that. That's it. That's all. That's the artist's inner need and driven desire, is to be able to express himself or herself, and also share that experience with someone who can feel the same thing and say, I feel that.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all the artist needs. The artist just wants to be felt.
Yes.
Michael Jackson said in an interview, he said, I did all this because I wanted to be loved.
Yeah.
I wanted people to love me. He wanted love, and he knew that when his fans understood him, he felt like that love. He got it, you know? So that's the heart of every artist, to express themselves, to want to be heard.
Man, I couldn't have finished it a better way. Let me ask you one more fun question, though. You know how we had the DFW covers others thing? So in that vein, is there a local artist right now in the DFW that you want to work with, that you want to be on the app? that isn't yet that you want to be on the app and that you want to work with?
I actually don't have a. Actually, there's one artist that I heard at the Love Mic, and I thought he was amazing. I actually told him that, and I wanted to work with him. His name is River Jude.
Okay.
And he performed a few times at the Love Mic, and whatever song he performed, I forgot the name already, but it was I was like, yo, dude, you are this is amazing, bro.
Yep.
Amazing. And it's funny because I got his information. I told him, I think he understood it, but I think because he doesn't know me to know that I don't say that to everybody.
Right.
I don't really even say that to. It's very rare for me to stop somebody and be like, yo, I'm blown away, because I've heard thousands of songs over the 20 years. You know what I mean? So
Sure.
I'm not gonna just come to you and give you something unless it's really well deserved and needed.
All right.
And
I'm gonna clip this up and send it to River Jude and be like, all right, man,
Yeah,
let's get going.
yeah, yo, he
Oh,
was
yeah.
somebody that. But in all honesty, that's my personal. I liked his music personally.
Mm-hmm.
I want to work with I want every artist to be
Yeah.
on the platform because I feel like I'm excited to see them make material that they feel like, and they don't have to say this to me verbally, but I want to know that they were making music one way, and then after using Artist Connect, the quality of their music went up.
Yeah.
Not because I did something for them as in terms of musically, all I did was remove barriers.
You freed them.
I freed them
Yeah.
from a couple of barriers to get them more deeper in their zone so they can be, or they have more options to do stuff. You know how many rappers came to me? They were like, yo, Sage, damn. I'm like, yo, what happened? It's like, this is before Artist Connect. It's like, what do you think this song is missing something? You think the song is like whatever, like the music is missing? I'm like, yo, if you had like a guitar solo on this part, that would be crazy. But who are you going to call for a guitar solo?
Right.
Now you got to
Get
start.
on the app.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was no app at that time. When
Right. Oh yeah.
but what my point is that they were things that artists want to do, but they compromise. They don't tell anybody.
Mm.
They don't say anything. They compromise so much, and then you hear the finished product, and you're like, yeah, you had everything you needed, right? You had a studio, whatever. You had a mic, like, yeah.
Yeah.
But my vision was way bigger than that. But I compromised before I even, you know what I mean? You never knew. You
That
never
must be
knew
an
what the
awful feeling too.
yeah. Like
Yeah.
I didn't consider certain things because I was like, I'm not gonna be able to get the song done, so I just work with whatever I got.
Yeah.
Which that's being creative too, working with the whatever you have.
Yeah.
Right? But imagine if I can remove a couple of barriers and you could actually reach to the people and collaborate with the kind of people you want to in a much easier way, in a faster way, and be able to get the kind of music you want more out.
Yeah.
That's my goal.
Well, hell yeah, man. I'm excited to get on this app, especially before midnight to enter this contest.
Yeah, you got that.
Because now I know this app is for me too.
Yeah.
But if you're an artist and you heard any part of this, I don't know how the hell you're not super excited and not like running to this app right now because it's free and for $1.50 you get a little more stuff,
Yeah, every time you
I
want
mean,
to boost
shit.
it, a post
Yeah.
or whatever.
So I hope everybody gets on the Artist Connect app. Let me put up the tag one more time right there. And thank you, Sage, for coming out here all the way from Fort Worth for sitting down for Tiny Talk number 7.
Yeah.
And I hope you keep coming out whenever you can.
Yeah, yeah.
I know it's a trek, but
No, I'm gonna make time. I'm definitely gonna come out and we'll talk about the whole
Yeah.
coming on stage and
we'll
doing
talk. We'll talk.
We'll talk.
My people, your people.
Let me go get a coffee. Let me go get a coffee.
Let's
and
go.
I'll talk about it. Let me go